here's another example of using AI in making event creatives. So I got the brief from the client, and what it was, it quickly started generating images on Flux using FreePik, and it generated a bunch. You could check out my outputs right here. All right, generated a bunch, and there's a bit of prompt engineering that's happening over here. So if I scroll down, you'll see how I evolved into, I mean, how my outputs evolved into this final design. But it actually is really about the prompt engineering, and it's like removing a few things and adding a few things. And then engineering is all about like removing, putting, and like experimenting and seeing what's working, what's not working. So anyways, came a long way to find like the one that I like, and I picked four. These four were these images. I'm just gonna open them up over here. So this is one. Oops. And there's a slight variation in all of them, but I think the one that I went was this one. And then I just put together like the details for this project, which is like the name, logo of the club, date, any of the details the client has furnished me with. And then kind of went on to my layers. And if you take a look at my layers, you'll get a better idea, obviously. So these are like brushed in shadows. All right, so if I were to hide unhide, you'll understand where that shadow is falling exactly. All right, and that's the logo right there. There are some more shadows over here, but that's for another background output. But as you can see, there's a slight shadowing happening over there. And then what I did was I slapped on a few adjustment layers. Hold on, I'm just getting it to focus. Few adjustment layers like curves, hue, and satch. So curves, slight difference. It's off, on, off, on, right? And even hue and satch, slight difference. And then there's a color balance, which is again huge difference because you can manipulate each color by itself. And then to blend it further, this is a noise overlay, so it gives you this sort of an effect. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like this noisy, gritty effect that is being rendered onto the flyer. All right, this is with on, and this is off. And then there's also this another overlay, which is like this paper texture overlay over there, and that further adds some more variation and imperfection. Basically, you're adding imperfection, because if it looks too perfect, it looks completely AI, and that's not what we want to achieve, right? And now, once the best part is, once you lock in this composition, you can basically what I've done is I've loaded all the backgrounds. So now I'll show you what it looks with all the other backgrounds, and it kind of just fits all together. This one's my favorite one. And yeah, and then I keep outputting different variations with tweaking the color, tweaking the hue and saturation. I love the hue and saturation because you can like use the slider to change the colors. And color balance always gives you more control on what color you want to manipulate. So as you can see, cool. Yeah, so that's basically how I use AI to like make event creatives really quickly. This took me like an hour. Back, if I were to like get all these elements and put them all together, it would take me much more time, right? My client does not care how I make this work. What they care about is the quality and how fast you can do it. And I think AI allows you to do just that, right? So there's an amount of graphic designing knowledge work that's happening over here, but it's also, you need to use your existing skill along with AI to actually get the true benefit and value of artificial intelligence and automation.